Welcome back to class, everyone. My name's Steve Hartman. I'm a correspondent with CBS News, and I'm also your teacher for Kindness 101. This is Meryl. You know her. She's my co-teacher and my daughter. And behind the camera there is Emmett, our cameraman, and my son. Today, we're going to talk about gratitude. What is gratitude?
Being thankful for something.
Or appreciating something.
Yeah.
Very good, exactly. It's called gratitude. And as I said, we started to talk about that last week. Remember we had that assignment where we asked everybody to take 10 pennies and put them in their left pocket and go around and just look for things to be grateful for. Look for 10 things, and every time you found one, you were supposed to put it in your other pocket. Well, I did that. Did you know I did that?
Yeah. I live with you.
Of course you do. Here's what's on my list. First one was mini bagels.
If you know what regular bagels are, a mini bagel is just a small version of that.
Yeah, it's a smaller version of
Exactly.
bagel.
And I don't really love mini bagels. I put it on my list though because Mommy thought I loved mini bagels, and so she bought them for me. I thought that was nice, so I was grateful for that. The second thing is warm chocolate chip cookies.
I know you.
Nature's perfect food. I love those. Dogs I put down. I think the best thing man ever did was domesticate the wolf. Light bulbs. I just started thinking about light and how easy it is to flip the switch, it comes on, and I was grateful for it. I put down kids who get their own breakfast. Hugs, snuggles. Could have put those together, but I thought they each deserved their own. I put CBS because they allow us to do this class. Make sense? Mm-hmm. I put people that are grateful. I'm grateful for people that are grateful. Is that weird? It is weird? Should I take it off the list?
No.
Okay. And I put down chocolate chip cookies.
But that's the same as warm chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, but I think it deserved twice. All right. I think it's important that we notice these things because if we don't, you can start to feel entitled, like you deserve special treatment, like the world revolves around you. And that's why I asked Emmett to build me a gratitude noticing machine. Emmett, how does this work?
Oh yeah, there's an on button. Right
Okay, you hit that and it finds things you have to be grateful for.
Yeah.
You built this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you some kind of genius?
I wouldn't exactly. Okay, fine. Yes.
Can I try it?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Turn it on and see what happens.
An apple?
Why an apple?
I mean, it is food.
It is food, and we should be grateful for our food. Also, Mommy went to the store and bought us all our groceries, so that's something to be grateful for. Should I try it again?
Sure.
Seems
like it means you're grateful for me.
Of course I'm grateful for you. This is a handy device. It helps you find all the things you have in your life to be grateful for. I wouldn't have even thought of those things. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Emmett's pretty good. Thank you, Emmett. That's a good invention. So if you want at home, you can build your own gratitude noticing machine.
It can be anything you have at home. If you don't have cardboard, don't worry.
Right. The point is that you don't even have to have a machine. Just try to be more aware. Especially aware of the people in your life that you have to be grateful for.
I'm grateful for you.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. And I'm grateful for you. The machine told me so.
And you probably are yourself too.
You're right. And once you've noticed them, the next step is to thank them. Today I've got 4 stories to show you about people showing gratitude in very different ways. The first one is about some people who wanted to say thank you to a former teacher. These students noticed, especially as they got older, the huge impact that this particular teacher had in their lives. But they didn't just want to make a big card, although that would have certainly been nice, right? And they didn't want to just give them an apple. Why do teachers always get apples, by the way?
Their students give them apples.
Right, but why not cantaloupe? Why not watermelon? Why not a toaster? Banks used to give out toasters. Everybody loves toast, right? Why an apple? But anyway, I digress. These students gave their old teacher a gift better than any fruit or any kitchen appliance.
On quiet days, which they all are now,
Retired high school music teacher Robert Moore likes to pore over the list, the names of all 900 of his former students.
1966 to 1996.
30 years directing one of the greatest high school choral groups in the country, the Ponca City Chorale of Ponca City, Oklahoma. What he wouldn't give to relive those times.
Wouldn't it be great to get those kids back together?
But there's no way that could happen.
Nah.
Actually,
Nah.
I was playing dumb. There is very much a way, and it was already in the works.
But it would be fun.
It would be.
Unbeknownst to Mr. Moore, for the past year, a small group of students have been plotting a surprise. They lured him out to the country and then hit him with the greatest gift a teacher can receive.
My gosh.
From across America and 3 foreign countries, Robert Moore's former students returned.
Julie!
Nearly 300 of them.
Oh, good to see you.
All here to tell Mr. Moore the huge difference he made in their lives.
Good to see you.
You were the greatest influence that ever hit my life.
I appreciate that.
Many went into education.
You're the reason, sir, I'm teaching right now.
Many more pursued music.
You changed my life.
John Atkins graduated in '76.
And I became an opera singer. Had a 25-year career singing with the LA Opera and all around the country, and it wouldn't have happened without you. I said, you changed my life. You made my career.
Touched so many lives.
Helped turn my life around. Not real sure where I'd be without him. And he pulled things out of you that you didn't know were there.
Things they're still this grateful for today.
To this day, it's almost like having him on the shoulder. Sometimes I catch myself saying things to professional players, things that he said to us.
Jim Wadelow is conductor of the Raleigh Symphony Orchestra.
Would you have your job today if not for him?
Absolutely not.
To repay their debt of gratitude, the students rented out the old Poncan Theater
Mercy me.
and put on one last show for their mentor.
Please be seated.
Their harmonic voices and their cumulative success are no doubt a testament to what a good teacher can accomplish in a career. And I say good teacher, which isn't always the same as a likable teacher.
Discipline was huge.
Lots and lots of discipline.
He was not warm and fuzzy, not at all.
Not a lot of hugging, not a lot of affection.
But if you got a little smile from him,
Half of a grin from him.
that was gold.
We would move heaven and earth to please him.
And on this night, they did just that.
No man deserves this.
Tough teachers often go unappreciated for years. But if they're great, eventually the thanks do come thundering, giving the teacher an opportunity at last.
I loved you then,
To show his students how he felt all along.
and I love you now. Thank you.
Did you hear the power of gratitude in his voice? Did you hear that? Almost seemed like you got a little emotional. What were you feeling?
Sort of a feeling that it's hard to describe.
I understand.
It's like all feelings combined together at once.
Really?
You need to be the sponsor of a tissue brand.
Thank you, Evan, I think. That story started with the students feeling grateful and throwing a concert, but it ended with Mr. Moore feeling grateful and thanking his students. He was grateful that they were grateful. Isn't that weird? One act of gratitude often leads to another act of gratitude. It also happens in our next story I want to show you. It's about a gift. It's hard to tell who's more grateful in this one, the person who gave the gift or the person who received the gift. Take a look.
Whoa.
Even in Texas, a horse only gets you so far, which is why 15-year-old Justin Rozier has been thinking lately about a car. Specifically, he told his mom, Jessica, he would love to have a car, any car, that his dad once owned.
Whoa.
I mean, it could have been a 1974 Dodge Astro. I don't even know if that's a car, but it could have been anything, and he would have said yes.
Why?
I know that he wishes his dad was here.
In 2003, Justin's dad, Army First Lieutenant Jonathan Rozier, died in Iraq. Justin was 9 months old. Today, he cherishes anything that used to belong to his dad, which is why he thought it would be so cool to have his car.
I don't know, like just knowing that he had it, it's a whole lot different than just any other thing, really.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
After John died, Jessica had to sell the car, a '99 Toyota Celica convertible like this one. Finding it again would be nearly impossible, but Jessica said she had to at least try.
So I feel like this is something that would connect him.
But this is a needle in a haystack.
Well, I've seen magical things happen on Facebook.
So she turned to Facebook, posted the old VIN number with a note asking for help. And somehow that message made it all the way to Pleasant Grove, Utah, where local residents not only found the car.
We decided, let's see if we can buy the car.
This is Kyle Fox. Now, I'm not saying he's a saint, but
to serve and
that butterfly stayed there for half an hour.
No, I don't even know where I was in that.
Anyway, Kyle, who runs a nonprofit called Follow the Flag, got donations to purchase the car and then assembled a team of volunteer mechanics to fix it like new. All of this, unbeknownst to Justin, until this very moment. Last month, Kyle drove the car from Utah to surprise Justin for his 15th birthday.
Go see it.
I can't tell you what this meant to Justin. I mean, I really can't. He tried to explain it to me, but when he opened his mouth, no words fell out.
It's a link to the past for him. Yeah. It's a big thing for me, too. I never got to see him come home. So that just one moment right there was, I think I needed that.
Obviously, this was never about a car. No, this was about trying to push past what you can't forget, trying to remember what you never knew, all with the help of a country so grateful and kind, you can't imagine.
I'm so glad we could do this for you.
A lot of people feel a debt of gratitude to our military families. And sometimes they feel such a debt of gratitude for soldiers and sailors, it becomes an almost overwhelming feeling. Like, wow, that person did that for me. Wow, that person went to war and risked his or her life to fight for me. You can see how that would make a person feel really grateful, right? That's why a lot of people go up to soldiers or sailors that they see on the street and they always say, thank you for your service. I see that in airports all the time. Thank you for your service, they'll say. Our next story is about a kid, not much older than Emmett really, who felt a deep sense of gratitude for people in the military. So every year, he says thank you to thousands of veterans, even though none of these veterans can say you're welcome. Watch this story.
Young boys aren't easily appalled, but 11-year-old Preston Sharp sure knows the feeling.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
And disappointed.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed, yeah.
Had you seen him like that before?
Not this angry and passionate.
Preston's mom, April, says what upset her son so was visiting his grandpa's grave in Redding, California, and realizing not every veteran in the cemetery had a flag. April says even hours later, he was still harping on it.
And I was like, son, if you're going to complain about something, you have to do something about it or let it go. And he's like, well, I'm going to do something about it, Mom.
Next thing she knew, Preston was taking odd jobs and soliciting donations to buy flags and flowers for every veteran in his grandpa's cemetery. And when that cemetery was covered, he moved on to another, and then another. And here we are, 2 years and 23,000 graves later. And he does this every week, rain or shine, especially rain.
Why?
Like they were out there in the rain doing their job, protecting us.
Preston says coming out here in the rain, or in this case, 100-degree heat, is the least he can do.
Thank you for your service, Michael.
His devotion really is enormous.
Thank you for your service, Samuel.
And contagious.
Thank you guys so much for coming out today.
Now, when word gets out that Preston will be at a cemetery, a lot of folks feel compelled to join in.
It's just amazing.
People like Vietnam veteran Fred Loveland.
What he's doing brings them out because they can't believe that a young man in this country is doing what he does.
We got to put the flour in.
It is a movement of young and old.
Thank you for your service, Lewis.
Of those who serve their country and those who are so grateful they did.
Thank you for your service, Alan.
All led by this little Pied Piper of patriotism who saw an injustice and decided to do something about it.
Thank you for your service, Norman.
Preston has a deep sense of gratitude. He appreciates what other people have done for him, even people he's never met. This is a great quality to have, which is why we're doing this lesson, right? That's why we're here. We want to make grateful kids. Our guest today knows how to make grateful kids. In fact, he even wrote a book called Making Grateful Kids. That's the actual title. Yes. His name is Dr. Giacomo Bono, and he has a PhD in psychology, and he joins us now.
Are there any pictures in your book?
There are 2 pictures of us authors on the inside cover.
That's the only picture. Just himself. Why do you think showing gratitude is so important?
When you work hard on something, don't you want people to notice?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so gratitude is about letting those people know that what they're doing for us and their effort matters.
Is gratitude just about saying thank you? Like somebody hands you a pair of scissors, you say thank you very much? Because I think of that more as manners. Or is gratitude something more than just a thank you?
That's exactly right. It is more than just a thank you. It's very easy to just say thank you and not think about it.
So thinking about it is important.
That's right. That's right.
What are the benefits that kids can get from showing gratitude?
If you have a friend who helps you with, say, an assignment in school, if you don't say thank you, that friend might not help you next time.
Good point.
It's true.
Right? This is how we grow friendships.
Aside from just saying thank you, what are some good ways for kids to show thank you?
Yeah, there's so many different ways. So yeah, you can do something nice for them, right? Like, can I help you with something? Or even like high-fiving, or giving a hug.
You know what Meryl did for me recently?
What's that?
She made me a banana cream pie.
Oh,
that was a good way to show gratitude.
I love banana cream pie.
You wish you had some, don't you?
Yes. I got to say, that's so cool because as a dad, I would be absolutely so happy if my kids were to surprise me with something like that.
I was very happy. I'm still feeling happy about it. You know what I'm feeling right now? Grateful that you joined us. Thank you so much.
This is truly a delight. Thank you.
Okay, we're down to our last story now. Probably our most powerful story of the day. It's about a whole town that got together and showed their appreciation for one man. This story's a little sad, but it's also beautiful, thanks to the magic of gratitude.
On a high ridge above the Columbia River, just down from heaven, we found an angel on a front end loader. Woody Davis of Corbett, Oregon was kind of a jack of all trades, who never made much money, but definitely earned his wings.
He's the epitome of something dear.
Did he always get paid for everything he did?
I wouldn't say that.
I made a check out and stuck it in his pocket. You can't hand it to him.
Woody had always been so generous, so kind, always waved to everybody, that last year folks in town decided to try and return at least some of that goodwill.
This is the stacking crew.
They started by cutting and stacking his firewood for winter. A couple guys fixed up his old pickup. Someone even built him a beautiful wood box and invited the whole town to sign it.
Did you know how much the community cared for him?
This is Woody's son, Clint.
Not to the degree I do now.
He says all the work his dad did for people has been repaid tenfold.
Bill Gates could not come to Corbett and buy this. You can't buy the love that people have poured out for Dad.
Their words and deeds were much appreciated. Unfortunately, the box was pine, and the days were numbered. About a year ago, Woody was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. By the time I met him in January, he knew he wouldn't see September. He was already struggling to lift and talk. But his attitude was completely unaffected. What do you think of what everybody's been doing for you?
I can't believe it.
You can't believe it?
Yeah, I feel blessed that I'm dying
I really didn't think I heard him right. And now, did you just say you feel blessed that you're dying slowly?
Yeah.
Because people have a chance to express to me how they feel, he said. Too often in situations like this, death is whispered.
Wow.
Praise saved for the eulogy. But thanks to the people of Corbett, Woody got to see what he meant to them before he died. The funeral was Tuesday. They had to have the service in a different town because there wasn't a church in Corbett big enough. About 700 people showed up to pay their respects. First in their own way, and then in Woody's. After the service, folks lined the streets and waved. They gave Woody that same big, open-handed, wide open-hearted wave he gave them every day of his adult life. And since Woody was never one to let a wave go unreciprocated, you can bet somewhere tonight there's an angel with a very tired wing.
Our time on earth is precious, and the time to show our gratitude is limited. So take what you've learned here today and use it. Fire up your gratitude noticer and then show your gratitude in some special way. And if you want to tell us about it, you can always email us at kindness101@cbsnews.com. Also, any teachers out there who are using our stories as part of their character education program, you should join our Facebook community. This is for teachers only. It's called On the Road for Educators. And just go there and we'll let you in the group and you can share ideas for how you use the stories in your classroom. It's called On the Road for Educators because my regular segment on CBS News is called On the Road, and you can catch that Fridays on the CBS Evening News. And don't forget to join us next Monday for our next class, which is all about, Meryl, honesty. Beep, 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 beep. Our gratitude noticer's going off again. Beep, 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 beep. It's grateful for the camera?
No, it's grateful for all the kids that are watching us at home.
Oh yes, we are grateful for you guys for joining our class. Thank you so much for visiting with us. I'm going to leave you with one last thing. Got some video of a little girl riding a bike. Seems our lesson on courage had a big impact on someone. See you next week.
Look at this. The courage of this child to pedal this two-wheel vehicle endlessly down the drive. Stop! No, before you hit your daddy! Congratulations.